News View, here for you. Hello and welcome to News View Muskego for all the news of Muskego, Wisconsin that I can find here from Illinois. And today's top story, the French Senate has okayed changing the retirement age to age 62, and Dateline Paris, the Associated Press, the French Senate voted early and approved Friday that the retirement age would be raised to age 62, and this was right after a riot that police had to break up on that day. After 140 hours of debate, the French Senate voted 177 to 153 for the pension reform that would change the retirement age. This is expected to win approval finally by both houses next week, houses of parliament, that is. President Sarkozy's government is glad to get this passed, and that is your news about France's retirement age. In closer to Muskego, Milwaukee, Starbucks have added out custom in-store content for Wi-Fi in Starbucks. And this is according to the Milwaukee Examiner online. And they say that there are almost as many Starbucks in Milwaukee as there are bars, almost, quote unquote. The neighboring tavern may have better beverages, but it doesn't have its own digital content network as the Starbucks now have in Milwaukee. The problem with promotional sites is oftentimes they have more content about their stores than anything else, but Starbucks seems to have reimagined their page as an iPad-optimized media store. CNET says this is like a digital newspaper, but the reporter here says they doubt that Starbucks is interested in creating content, but just simply allowing others to access the market who are their customers. So that's what's going on at Starbucks in Milwaukee, or a Starbucks place. Lots of Starbucks there. Google, according to U.S. News and World Report's Danielle Kurtzleben, they say that Google gives more money to Democrats than Republicans. In fact, they say that 66% of computer and the internet industry gave 66% of the money in 2010, was given to Democrats. Of the $12.9 million, the industry gave to federal candidates and party committees in 2010 election. Over $8.4 million went to the Democrats. So we have Chuck Schumer with $194,000 and $194,384, followed by Patty Murray with $176,973, and the New York Democrat Senator Kristen Gillibrand with $161,395. But one Republican in the top 10 is Massachusetts Senator Scott Brown with $88,750 from technology industries. I think we'll go to break number 1 and come right back with some more news.
Some people have a deep, abiding respect for the natural beauty that was once this country. And some people don't. People start pollution. People can stop it.
Sometimes people take for granted about the best things ever planted, but they should be enchanted, should appreciate their trees.
Trees, Carly's Arbor Day Foundation spreads the word across the nation about trees.
Trees are terrific.
It is simple. Teach your kids to get out and stay out in a fire emergency. Too many kids die because they go back into the burning home looking for their parents, their pets, or their toys. Teach them to get out and stay out. Never go back into the burning building. This message brought to you by Buzzley Fire Safety. For more information, please visit our website at buzzleyfiresafety.com.
And we're back to Newsview Muskego. In other news today, 2 were hurt in a car crash in the town of Erin, Wisconsin, in Washington County. The sheriff closed Highway 83 near Highway Q in Erin for a portion of the day after a crash left 2 people injured in Erin. The crash happened a little before 7 a.m. Friday morning. The road was closed for hours while authorities reconstructed the crash, and the Washington County Sheriff's Department said that Emily Bennett, a 16-year-old girl from Hartford, was driving south on State Highway 83. The girl's car crossed the center line and hit another car coming north. So this sounds like a head-on crash. And Jake Timberger, a 22-year-old man from Polk, Wisconsin, who was driving the second car, had to be extricated from his car and was taken to Froedtert Hospital by Flight for Life, which I'm guessing is a helicopter service. The 16-year-old was taken to Hartford Hospital with no life-threatening injuries. The investigators say that it doesn't look like cell phones, alcohol, or drugs had anything to do with the crash. They aren't sure why the girl crossed the center line either. So that's that news from WTMJ Channel 4. And the next news is from Fox 6. And the story here is a man in a wheelchair was robbed while withdrawing money from an ATM in Milwaukee. The police are searching for the man who robbed a 73-year-old man at ATM earlier this month. The suspect got away with $400. And in other news, Mel Gibson, in entertainment news, Mel Gibson, the actor, will not be in Hangover 2, the movie, after all. That's right. His part has been scrapped, and he won't be doing the sequel to The Hangover after all, in case you were wondering. Now, more news here. A California woman was busted in Brookfield for allegedly running an escort service out of a Brookfield motel. For more on that, you want to look at CBS58.com. They have a lot of news about that and other things. And if you have any questions for Newsview Muskego for me, email them to newsview@email.com. And that's how you can get a hold of me. If you have any questions, comments, or anything, that's where you can reach me. And I think we'll take a second break now. Stay tuned.
You know, you think it would never happen. That can't happen to me. You know, Caitlin's too good of a kid for bad things to happen. It does. You don't want to lose your children like this. You don't want to lose your children at all. And do whatever you can to keep it from happening. If you're not educated about electrical safety yourself, become educated and educate your children, your grandchildren, nieces, nephews, anybody that you can, to keep this from happening to their families, because I would never wish this upon anyone, ever. It's important. You don't realize how important these things are until tragedy strikes.
Kids need TLC. Teach what you know, learn what you need to, and care enough to share it with those you love. To learn more, visit safeelectricity.org.
Movement. Along with weight loss, it's one of the many ways to fight osteoarthritis pain. For more information on managing pain, go to fightarthritispain.org.
And welcome back to Newsview Muskego, the Muskego edition of news from Urbana, Illinois. I know that's a pretty long distance, but at least we have something here for you that's a little bit local, a little bit national, and so on. In soccer, in Muskego, Daniel Cerrone is a soccer player who usually spends his time far away from the other team's goal. He's a defender and runs in the back in front of the goalkeeper. But on Thursday night, he was the right guy in the right spot to head off a free kick in the 76th minute, proving to be the game winner as West defeated defending state champion Muskego 4-3 in Division I sectional Seminole at Muskego. And this is according to the Milwaukee, Wisconsin Journal Sentinel online, and the Warriors were missing 2 starters and didn't have the depth of last year's champion squad, quote unquote, and quote, in the quote, we have a good starting 11 and we have nice players, said Hess, who is is he the coach? Or is he one of the players? But we didn't have the kind of team we had last season, said Hess. Well, tonight or today or whenever you're seeing this, we will once again have some PSAs and the Star Spangled Banner for you right here on Newsview. Newsview is thanks to UPTV 6, a cable public access and government channel in Urbana, Illinois. My thanks goes to Jason Wiggin especially and myself for putting together this show. Thank you and stay tuned for the rest of Newsview.